Good evening, Mount Vernon. We are in session. Everyone, hello, thank you. We're in session. This is our first council meeting of the year. Today is Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. And those who may not have known, we did welcome back Councilman Andre Wallace. We also welcomed our newest member, Cynthia Turnquest Jones, and our re-elected and reappointed member, Ms. Caitlin Gleason, as our council members. So we're going to get right into business. First, I'd like to ask everyone to mute their cell phones. If you need to take a call or anything like that, please step outside into the hallway. The acoustics are very, very good in here, and we can hear everything up here, so please don't interrupt anyone. If you need to use the bathroom, the ladies' room is right outside this door on the right-hand side. The gentleman's room is right at the top of the main staircase. God forbid there's an emergency, let's get out together and utilize the steps and help one another out of the building. Do not use the elevators in case of an emergency. I'm just going to share the live. One moment. Okay. And also, Happy New Year to everyone. It's just wonderful to see you. I didn't want you to forget I didn't want you to think I forgot about the New Year. So Happy New Year to everyone. We're excited to see you. It's always great to see our residents participate in our legislative sessions. With that being said, we're going to go right into our public speakers. So you get 4 minutes to speak. When you come up to the microphone, please state your name and address for the record. I'm sorry. I forgot all about that. Excited for the new year. We're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance. Everyone please stand, and it'll be led by Councilman Andre Wallace. The United States of America, in the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I think that. Yes. So thank you for that. So you're going to get 4 minutes to speak. Everyone who signed up to speak, if you ever want to speak, you call the clerk's office before 3 p.m. the day that you speak, and they put you on the list. When you come to the mic, please state your name for the record, name and address, and then you can begin speaking. You have 4 minutes to speak. So at the 3-minute mark, they will inform you that you have a minute left. The clock is presented right there on the clerk's desk so you can see it, to be mindful of your time. I just ask that while everyone is speaking, please be mindful of what you say and how you say it. We just want to make sure that we keep a respectful environment towards everyone. We may not agree with everything or agree with what people say, but make sure that we're respecting persons as each person speaks. At the end of your speaking, the council people will respond to everyone who has spoken. I did that. Yeah. So I did the bathrooms, and you know the exits in the back. If you have an emergency, there's an exit to the back of the room. You have the exit in the front of the room to the main staircase, and so forth. So with that being said, we're going to call up Wilma Frank. Good evening.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. What I'm going to speak on tonight, I didn't sign up for it, but it happens. So I'm going to address it. So about 2 weeks ago, I found my roof leaking, water coming down. What do? I call a licensed roofer, and he came and he gave me an assessment for the damage. I pay a lot of money even before he started. I did not know he has to get a permit for the leak. I don't do things like that, and this is why I want to address it. So he told me at the time he could not fix the leak because the weather did not permit him to do so. So he said he will wait until the weather get better, whatever. However, this weekend, he called me and he said that Saturday would be a good day for that. But then Saturday it had rain. So he called me back and he said he will do it Sunday or Monday or whatever. So Sunday he came early with his crew and he went up to fix the roof. The next thing I know, the building department calling me to come outside the building department. Somebody from the building department, he was very nice and professional. And he explained to me that he had to shut down the works. I said, what for? He said, well, I didn't have a permit. So I told him I really did not know. And I've been owning houses in Mount Vernon since 1980. But I don't know about permit, what you do. Whenever something get wrong, I call a professional and I pay my money and that's it. So he told me he had to stop the work and I said, okay. I apologized to him because I told him I really didn't know. And now I have all the papers here. I will do what I have to do to get my roof fixed because it's leaking. I want it to fix. And the reason why I'm here to apologize, number one, for anything that I caused because he had to come out. Maybe he was off and he had to come out because someone called him and said doing the roof without a permit. So first I want to I did apologize to him. I want to apologize to the building department and I want to apologize to you people here. And I wanted to know it was not done intentionally because I try to do things by the law. I don't do things vai. As we will say in the West Indies, I do things straightforward. And this is why I came here to address it. Okay, so I hope, however, that the permit will not take long because my roof is leaking and it has to fix. So I hope that, they work with me. I'll do what I have to do. If I have to pay, I'll pay, and so forth. And on the other hand, I want to congratulate you all and let you all know to please work for your constituents, us, and not for anyone else. Stop raising taxes. We can't pay no more taxes. We tired. People are leaving Mount Vernon, and we want people to stay in Mount Vernon. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Cynthia Crenshaw. Is she here or online? Cynthia Crenshaw, no. Monroe?
Good evening. Happy New Year, council and staff and community. For the record, my name is Jeff Monroe. I'd like to address the drones as first response legislation that was brought. I didn't come with all the details on the actual document, but you'll become familiar with it as council. Welcome aboard to council members Turnquist Jones and Wallace. Thank you for returning to service. And I'd like to say this drone as first responder program is questionable in that it adds to an already dubious, I don't know what you call it, menagerie of AI law enforcement that's becoming the standard in the United States. Our mayor has been bragging about the Aware Room and various artificial intelligence enabled services that, as far as I know, have not been properly field tested to perfection. And I'm saddened by the fact that we have now enlisted at least a year of some kind of test platform for Motorola to fly drones around the city, ostensibly to test the system's effectiveness at crime control or prevention, which to me is obviously ineffective. There's no way that a small vehicle in the air is going to do more than an officer on the scene. A vehicle that can't shoot anything, can't render aid to anybody, but can offer a pair of eyes and only watch the suffering or the outcomes of a situation that supposedly prevents crime. I don't know how the logic on that sticks. Nevertheless, we've committed to giving them a year of this program. And in the meantime, I challenge that these programs that drones and AI devices are really just data gathering marketing techniques. And really, that's the question I didn't see from the council, at least the council cohort last December. In fact, I should issue a Bravo Zulu, a pat on the back to Councilman Wallace for the scrutiny he developed in scrutinizing a developer on the work session on Monday, because that's the kind of scrutiny we should see from everyone and should have seen over this particular AI issue. I think this Motorola program is going to be probably going to prove profitable to them, even if you don't accept it. They're going to accept data, maybe they'll sell it, who knows? That's really the practice of many of these data gathering programs. They gather data, you have no say as to where the gathering party sends the data or sells it. And yes, that data is sold to all manner of Wall Street or Pentagon or intelligence services that, again, you have no constitutional right to know what they do with the data, but it's yours, it's your data, and it's our community. So this is the kind of thing I'm going to advise that, and I actually did send by email a proposal for what we're calling community control of surveillance systems that actually have legislative precedents across the country. I hope everyone on the council can at least look at it. It's just an example. It's titled as a gold standard, but it's just an example of how community control should precede every single action in terms of regulating AI. We should understand, part of my job is to sit in corporate meetings. Every single industry, from healthcare to litigators to insurance companies to education, are wringing their hands over the bare competencies of AI. You know who doesn't wring their hands? Law enforcement and defense. Do you know why? Because they're getting hand over fist money anyway, whether these systems work properly or not. Eventually they'll work because they'll work when they test it on the public, and then they'll get more money. So I'm going to end by basically asking the council to looking at that program, and if you can't halt it, come up with legislation quick, like stat. And I know there are going to be these crisis management lectures from the mayor and different people in the police department as to how urgent it is. We put AI and drones in the sky. It's not real. So please take that to heart. Thank you.
Sal Salah.
Good evening. Happy New Year, everybody. My name is Sal Salih. Just to introduce myself to you, I used to be a resident of Mount Vernon from 1985 till year 2000. I'm actually Sal, the original Sal from Sal's Deli. I'm the one who opened Sal's Deli in 1985. So everybody knows Sal's Deli, I'm sure, in this city. And the fact I was here for this period of time, and this is where I started in Mount Vernon. This is where I took off my career and be a businessman and own my own business. I always loved to give back to this city. So I decided when the building was burned down, the owner of the building called me up. I said, I'm interested. I want to build it back. I want to make it beautiful. I want to make it beautiful, something for the city. Gave me, the start. So I came and I went through all the channels to obtain the permits to build that property. So I'm here today to issue about, we have one neighbor, which is I was trying to be very nice, very kind, not just to her, to everybody, but in her particular, she liked to make noises. She liked to actually shake people up. I call it a shake up. While I was doing my project, before I started, she knew about my project. We met, me and her. We took her out to lunch, me and my Tom Abilama, and we explained to her about the whole project. What we did, she kept asking for things to do for her. She asked us to do the patio behind their house. She asked us to paint the wall between us and her. She asked us to fix the drain for her in her backyard. She asked us to do the steps that were broken to go up to her second level, which I told my guys, it's okay, go ahead, do it for her. She kept demanding things. She asked us to we cover the roof for her, so we're not gonna affect her roof. And when our construction finished, we took it off and we washed the roof for her. And we did everything, but it's no end. She kept asking for more, and she could send message, she wants money. Otherwise, she's gonna make my life miserable there. In plain English, I will make your life miserable if you don't give me money. I stop people from doing something in this city, because if you don't do what I want, if they didn't give me what I want, then it's gonna be a nightmare. And I obtained my TCO a couple of weeks ago, and it was revoked, then now reinstated because of her allegation. In early 2024, I met with the commissioner and I sent him a letter. Mr. Wallace was kind enough, I gave him everything he has that will correspond from her. She knows that this project, I didn't do anything illegal. I was doing everything right, but she wants money. She wants, last I heard, she wants 3 apartments, five parking spots. She wants $1 million. For what? I came to town here because I love this town. So I'm asking for city council here. It's good to listen to people, but sometimes people like that, it's become a negative in this community. Yes, they are residents, they have a right, but if they have a legitimate case, I mean, by her forcing the city to suspend my TCO and going through this, there's a hardship, which might even lead to legal action. But I'm just here to express what I did to her, what she's been asking, and it's not really right for somebody like that to give them the chance to do that to other people. And I just want to thank Mr. Wallace because he went through the whole things with me. I give him all the evidence, the emails, the correspondence between her. The record we did, we met with the commissioner in early 2024. I said, I'll do anything possible I could do with my limit, but I'm not going to do whatever she wants because she wants a lot. She wants $1 million. She wants 3 apartments. She wants 5 parking lots. Why? I have no idea. And that's it. I want to thank you for your time, and I hope this will put an end to her allegation, because I'm sure Mr. Wallace went through everything, all the records, all the meetings we did in the town here. The building inspector, Mr. Amani, did a great job. He kept going back and forth and checking. Every time she didn't complain, he was in my building checking on that. So actually, she made it tough for us, but because we're doing the right things, we didn't care. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me just go back over the list. Did Cynthia Crenshaw come online or anything? No? She's not in the house. Okay, thank you. Thank you for everyone coming out with their concerns. And now we'll have our council persons respond. We'll start off with Councilman Andre Wallace. Mhm.
Good evening, everyone. First, I'm gonna respond quickly to Wilma. I'm sorry that happened about the roof. I do chair over the building department, so after, I guess if you wait around or I'll try to reach out to you, we'll try to get your permit done quickly. Because that is something that the whole body's been working on because we know the length of particular permits and how long they take. And then, you know, I always say that we need to expedite all the one for leaky roofs and things like that because the damage becomes even more the longer we wait. So I will look into that. As far as Jeff Monroe, I don't know a lot about the issue. I've learned about the issue when you was here and I was sitting right there in that same row you're sitting in. So I didn't vote on that. I don't know much about it yet with the drones, but I will ask about it and ask my colleagues so I could get updated with the drones. And Sal, as far as that went, Miss Perriello did not show up today. Unfortunately, we did invite her to come, but I want to also read this into the record for everyone on my findings on what I was able to see. So I'm going to take about 5 minutes to do this. Once again, my name is Andre Wallace, Chair of the Standing Committees for Public Safety and Code. As a contractor and owner of construction and development company, I have professional familiarity with the building processes, codes, and compliance, and the regulatory framework that governs development, especially in Mount Vernon. That familiarity allows me to make and ask informed questions and to conduct knowledgeable oversight responsibility. Neither my expertise nor position on the council, however, gives me any authority to decide legal outcomes, and this committee's oversight role does not and cannot substitute for determinations made by city boards, city departments, or New York State courts. This committee's role is to receive information, place concerns on public record, and determine whether further action by the city council is warranted. This is not an adjudication of legal rights and is not a substitute for formal administration adjudication or judicial review. The matter at issue arose from correspondence submitted by Miss Dina Perriello regarding property located at 214 Gramerton Avenue. In my capacity as the incoming chair, I reviewed the material and communications related to those concerns both before and after being sworn into office. Correspondence issues in early January reflect information reviewed at the time and did not make any legal determinations of any disputed issues. To be clear, this committee does not issue legal determinations regarding zoning approvals, permits, SECRA compliance, or certificate of occupancy. Those matters remain in the jurisdiction of the proper boards, departments, and other applicable courts. Any documents referred by the committee here are subject to disclosure in accordance with the Freedom of Information Law upon proper request and in the required format. With that, I will now proceed to tell you what my findings were on Ms. Perriello's allegations. Ms. Dina Perriello approached me after the 2025 election, requesting that I investigate the erection of the building adjacent to her home known as 214 Gramerton Avenue, which I did. After conducting a comprehensive review and thorough investigation into the concerns raised by Ms. Perriello, according to her ability and legalities of the building in question, I am confirming that based on my investigation, the building in question appears to be in compliance with all applicable regulations and laws. The attached documents shown all relevant exhibits, that support these findings, including building permits, inspection reports, zoning documents, planning documents, written and sworn testimony, emails, text messages, insurance certificates, construction invoices, building department documents, DPW photographs, and 45 of the 1,800 photographs found in the pre-construction observation summary of 15 North Street, Miss Perriello's home, taken by Vanguard, an independent third-party company retained to document the condition of Miss Perriello's property prior to the start of construction. This is not a new issue, for sure. I have spoken to Miss Perriello over the past few years and explained to her that the project was approved and the owner had the right to merge his lots and build this project. Ms. Perriello insisted that the project did not get proper approvals. I promised Ms. Perriello that when I returned to City Council, I would address her concerns. As Chair of the Public and Safety and Codes, the duty of oversight and investigation falls under this authority. And my position allows me to investigate the project 214 Gramerton Avenue. Having done so to the best of my abilities and informed by my experience, I make the following findings. Notice issued. Ms. Perriello stated that she never received notice regarding the public hearing. The investigation shows that this public hearing was held on December 20th, 2016, and the information was mailed to property owners within 500-foot radius of the project subject on December 12th, 2016, as well as it was published in the Journal News on December 9th and December 10th, 2016. A sign was posted on the site on December 9th, 2016. The site plans for the project were filed and available, showing the development to be built on the lots 3, 5, and 6. See exhibit, which is here. Just for the record, I'm holding them up. See the exhibits? Okay, which is A1 and sorry, number 1 and A1. The Zoning Board of Approval zoning variance on September 19th, 2017 by unanimous votes, 5-0, and again on March 13th, 2019, unanimously voted 3-0. The Planning Board of Approvals, the project January 10th, 2018, with a unanimous vote of 4-0. Each of these votes are a matter of public record. The public was entitled to attend and comment on the project for those periods. Further, Ms. Perriello's statement was never having received notice of the project are unsubstantiated. Ms. Perriello reached out to the City Council members in March 2018 when I was a City Council member, and I remember I was sitting right there, to express her frustration about this building being built next to her home. The City Council took extraordinary acts to assist Ms. Perriello at the time by filing an Article 78 petition on March 15, 2018 in the Westchester Supreme Court against the Zoning Board of Appeals for granting 214 Gramerton Avenue a use variance and numerous area variances which allowed the merging of the lots for the project. The court's ruling favored the ZBA over the City Council, dismissing the Article 78 petition and allowing the merging of the lots for the project to move on. See Exhibit 2, 2A, and 2B. Brian Johnson was the attorney on that one. Good job, you won. Also you may see index number 53034/2018, Supreme Court of the State of New York, Westchester County. Alleged construction impact on property. Ms. Perriello also alleged her basement was uplifted and the floors were cracked by the construction work. that was performed on the foundation next door. I visited her home on Monday, January 5th, 2026, for a site visit to see her basement where she showed me the certain cracks on the floor. After researching the issue, her allegations appear to be unsubstantiated, insofar as numerous pictures demonstrate the basement floor was cracked prior to the construction, as shown in the pre-construction observation report. See Exhibit 3, pictures 9, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 950, showing the damage to the floor. Pre-existing sidewalk and foundation cracks. Ms. Perriello also alleged her sidewalk and foundation was cracked due to the construction work occurring at 214 Gramerton. After further interviews and research, again, these allegations appear to be unfounded. Numerous pieces of evidence establish that the sidewalk, patio, and other concrete features were already cracked prior to the start of the construction. In a matter of fact, DPW produced a 2012 Google Earth photograph showing the existing damage to the sidewalk 10 years prior to the work starting. The same cracks are identified in the pictures shown in the pre-construction observation summary. See Exhibit 4, pictures 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 63, 64, 67, 68, 69, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 100, 115, 117, 118, and DPW picture A4. The developer paid for and placed a vibration monitor in Ms. Perriello's home for 6 months to detect problems or damages to her property. The reports were negative, showing no damage to her home. See Exhibit 7 and the invoices. Ms. Perriello stated that she never received any of the monitor reports. The attached email records show, however, that she was sent the reports on a regular basis. Ms. Perriello also stated that in the email, she had an engineer who was helping her to understand the process and the project and would like him CC'd on the emails. See Exhibit 8 in the emails. She has not provided any engineering reports to this committee to be considered as a part of these findings. Regular communications with contractor and benefits received. The information gathered makes it abundantly clear that Ms. Perriello was very much aware of the project and the construction process regarding 214 Gramerton Avenue. Throughout the construction phase, she engaged in numerous emails and text messages with the developer, general contractor, and job superintendent. Ms. Perriello was paid by the contractor to supply the electricity and water for the foundation to be built, and was very excited for the building's erection according to her emails. Exhibit 5 emails from Ms. Perriello. Her email states, "You guys are great and thank you for all these efforts to protect my family's legacy. Looking forward to seeing this project finally take off." Further, Ms. Perriello also requested and received $1 million insurance coverage for her home by the developers. See Exhibit 6, Certificate of Insurances. Ms. Perriello was also granted permission to erect scaffolding on her property to help move the project along. Having made these findings, the committee finds no support for her allegations made by Ms. Perriello and hereby close this facts-finding investigation. All of the things I went through, I was able to speak to everybody. I spoke. It took me 8 days. I clocked the hours, 37 hours of my time to put all of this paperwork and speak to everybody. I visit the job site. I visit the building. I visit her home. I visited and spoke to everyone. what saddens me is all of the people that just jump on the bandwagon as if she is right without any facts. What I have to say to those people, shame on you. Because this is the kind of behavior that tears cities apart. This is the kind of behavior that creates a Rosewood, a Central Park 5, a Emmett Till, when we don't take time to look and see what the facts are. But instead, they jump on the bandwagon. They've said stuff about me that is unconscionable, that I won't even repeat online, along with saying that as I became councilman, the first thing that happened was Mayor Sean Patterson paid me off. These are the kind of things that they say about her. They said, you know, I watch online that she paid Councilwoman Gleason $10,000, which is not true. And I could find, no, you don't have to say, I know it's not true, but the things that are saying, because people have different agendas and they want to shake down others. This is not right. And this is not the kind of city we need to live in. What I need to tell most people is let's stop trying to tear down people and let's start to build people up, because we're all in this together in a city that we want to be better. So let's be better. And we could all start by looking in the mirror and seeing ourselves and asking ourselves, what have we done to make this city better for everyone? And thank you to my council members for allowing me to research and go through these facts and pull this up and giving me the opportunity to share this with you and the community. So I thank you all for your patience and your time and attention in this matter. And I find this case here, when fact searching, to be closed. I have no more words for this. Anything else Ms. Perriello needs to do is to get a lawyer and have the discussion with our corporation counsel. Thank you.
Thank you. We're gonna go right to Councilwoman Gleason.
So I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna start with Mr. Asali. So I think I was the first victim of, you know, being accused of things that didn't actually happen. The one thing I'm not gonna say much on this. I really do appreciate the investigation that was done, and I appreciate you coming to tell your side of the story also. And that's all I'm gonna say on it. And I'm just gonna move down the list. But again, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. So one thing I will say publicly, I don't like to go on social media and go back and forth with people. I don't think that's necessary. If anybody has anything to say to Caitlin Gleason, by all means, I'm very accessible. I've been the most accessible council person for the last 4 years. I always answer my phone. The one thing I will say is that the things that were said about me were completely untrue. I was one of the first people that tried to help Miss Perriello. And as you can see, whenever anybody tries to help, it goes in the wrong direction. So anyway, going back to Ms. Frank, Councilman Wallace, I've already contacted the deputy commissioner. I've given her your address and your name. She said she will help you with the process of the building permit. I did, don't get mad at me. I told her you're a senior citizen to help you through it. Okay, so I'll give you her email address. You contact her tomorrow or yes, I'll give you her name, okay?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so I'll give you my business card and I'll write her name on the back of it. All right. Jeff, thank you again for coming. I'm always interested in what you have to say. I did see your email. I didn't have a chance to read it, but I will be reading it tonight. The drone's not really meant to prevent crime. It's really meant to create more video evidence to aid the police, serves more as a tool to aid the police, not really preventing criminal activity. But I am going to read through the article and I will respond to you. And I believe that's it. Mrs. Crenshaw was not there. Okay, that's all I got. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilman Box Hill?
Thank you, President. Good evening, everyone. I will start with Ms. Frankwell. I think your issue has been addressed. Sorry about your leaky roof. We do accept your sincere apologies about the permit mishap. But, you know, I joke because no apologies needed. Easy a misunderstanding. But Caitlin is ready to Councilwoman Gleason is already taking care of that. Mr. Monroe, as always, I appreciate your insight. You always bring some interesting factual things for us to look over. And I actually saw your email and I did get a chance to read it. And it does raise some legitimate concerns. And we do have a year trial period. And I will definitely raise some of these questions with the company before we do any installation. So thank you for that. Mr. Sal, thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your side of the story. Thank you for being a upstanding member of our community as far as, you know, a business owner and such. You've raised some serious allegations that have some serious implications. So I'm gonna defer to Corporation Counsel, who has told us that direction of the building was in order. And so that's gonna be my comments on that. But again, thank you for coming out and sharing. I think that's all my comments for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Turnquist Jones.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing today? So I'm really excited to be here, and I just want you to know that, Ms. Franks, you do not owe us an apology only if this happened before. Okay? So you never had a roof leak before, and so you don't know what to do, and it's okay. And so I implore you for coming up here, but I want you to also share with others what to do when they have a roof leak. All right? Thank you. I appreciate that. Jeff, what's going on, brother? How you doing today? So I read the article that you sent, and I am just as alarmed as you are, because some of the things that it said was that we have to make sure that we enact laws to protect our residents, especially in the time of now where they are surveillance and they're using things against immigrants. We see it on television, we see it on social media every single day. Expanding their spying programs against immigrants and others is happening on a regular basis. Legislation to assure civil liberties and privacy is what your article that you sent us is about. So I am very interested in being a part of that. And I think that I thank you for sending us that information to read. All right, so I'm with you on that, my brother. Thank you. Brother Sal, how you doing today? All right, so I just want to thank you. Anybody that comes to the podium, whether good, bad, or ugly, I want to thank you for coming because you have to be an activist of yourself, and we are activists together in Mount Vernon. But Brother Sal, I just want to tell you that I was on the school board when the building was first being erected. And there were some issues that we had about the playground area. And you had no problem with making sure that the issues with the playground and basketball hoops were up to par. You made sure it was safety first. The basketball equipment was fixed, and any other equipment, including the wall, because there was an issue with the debris coming down from the wall. Man, memory is something else. I just started remembering it while I'm sitting here right now. So I just would like to thank you for your level of integrity that you had to make sure that our children of Mount Vernon continue to be safe while they were at that school. So thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you, councilpersons. So our councilpersons did handle everything. Ms. Frank, we will be doing some forums later this year, as the year progresses, because a lot of homeowners don't know what's needed, to do a lot of things within their homes, right? And almost 90% of what we'd like to do to our homes, we need a permit for. And the permit is not to deter you from doing anything, but the permit actually helps to protect you, because you have to have a licensed contractor to do this work, right? And when they open the permit, they also have to close the permit. And before they close the permit, they make sure that the work was done up to code and properly. So it actually protects you. anytime they put a stop work order on anyone's work, it's just to protect you, to make sure that everything is aligned, so everything goes according to your favor. So I'm sure we will help you get this done. As Wallace said, anytime a leaky roof or a leak anywhere in your house is not addressed quickly, it just further damages your property. So we'll be looking to speak to the buildings department and get some of that rectified. But if you ever have any questions, any homeowners have questions on what the needs are, you contact the buildings department. If you don't get an answer, you call the best office in this building, and that's the clerk's office, and they will always answer the phone. I've never got a complaint about anyone calling the clerk's office and not getting an answer. So if you don't get an answer from any department that you call the clerk's office, and they will get you in contact with someone. But it's imperative that we share the information that we gather. We each one teach one. That's still around, right? And if I learn something, educate you, you learn something, you educate me, and we'll get through this together because we all live in Mount Vernon. So when one person is affected, it's a possibility that we can all be affected. Mr. Sal, thank you so much for bringing forth the information that you brought forth. It's enlightening, and I'll just say thank you so much for that information. Mr. Monroe, I read your email as well. There are always possibilities for any nuances, right? There's always a possibility that something else can occur rather than what you expected. However, would this device be an asset to the community? I believe so. In not only being able to assist our first responders, but as we stated in our last meetings, it also has different technologies with that thermal technology. So things that we may not be able to see if there is a fire and there's a child or an elderly person stuck in the fire, these drones can actually identify those things, and they'll know exactly where to spot the water or where to get a person to try to help these persons who are in an unsafe condition. So there are pros to cons to everything, and we just get to the bottom of it with discussions. So thank you for your input in that as well. I think I addressed everything. Yes. So as is always stated, please continue to come forward with your concerns. Nothing is ever too silly to bring forward. Let's continue to have discussions to further our city together. And just like I said, just be kind to one another. Be mindful of how we speak to one another, because just because we disagree with someone, we don't have to try to slander their name. Or just because you see a function in government doesn't mean that people are being paid under the table. I mean, people speak so nastily when they don't agree and they disagree with things, and they try to slander your name. And it's just so disheartening to see things like that, because so many people love negativity. So misery loves company, and they join the bandwagon. But the moment you hear facts and things that are positive and uplifting, you don't share that as quickly as you share the positive things. So let's get into the habit of sharing facts and sharing positive things within our community. We know what's wrong with our community. Now it's time to shine a light on things that are right. And we have more that's right within our community than we do that is wrong. So let's continue to share that. Thank you so much. So that's the end of our public speaking section. We're going to go into our tally sheet. Oh, I'm sorry. Right now, I'm sorry, I almost forgot. Our corporation counsel is going to come and present. So you might want to listen to this. Thank you so much.
Mount Vernonites Honorable Council. So I have some exciting news tonight. And thank you, Councilman Wallace, for acknowledging that I win cases from time to time. That's what we're here to talk about. You know, I hear the things out. Oh, he just settles cases and he does those kinds of comments come back. They're absolutely false. Ask the litigants. They're like, you act like that money is yours, and for me, it is, right? And so, for the last 6 months, we've had some victories. For the taxpayers, you've probably heard over the last couple of years that the city lost cases over $20 million. Well, they both got overturned. So, but they both got overturned, and I'm very excited about that, right? I always hear from people who are non-lawyers saying, "Oh, you should settle it all the cities, and gonna lose money." And it's risky. I mean, trust me, I like to pass out when I heard the jury's giving these numbers and these verdicts. And one thing that I want to stress is to the points we're saying about how people view our city and taking the temperature down. People hear how we feel about each other and they hear how we feel about our city. So they think it's okay to just take your money. But I fight for you, right? Now, granted, they both were for a rehearing, right? The mega beverage case was over $4 million. They decided that they wanted to go an expedited route to the Court of Appeals. We're optimistic that we're going to prevail. And when we prevail, then that will be null, void, over. Today, we found out that the second department overturned the Keela Tennis case. All right. They did find their city liable. It's kind of hard to overcome that given the facts of that case, but they gave us a new trial on damages, right? And it's going to be a very different trial. We're going to fight because we're worth the fight. And every time we come with these multi-million-dollar judgments and things like that, all I think about is Commissioner Burrell. She doesn't know that, but I'm like, how much money could she put into our youth? It's just not okay to give away millions of dollars from this city. It's just not. And so I will continue to fight. I may not always win, but today I think we could celebrate a win. Congratulations, Mount Vernon.
Thank you, Corporation Counsel. That is some great information to hear at the start of our new year. We're gonna get into our tally sheet. And the tally sheet is what we go through, just a quick explanation, is what we go through in our work sessions on Monday to see what will actually make it to the agenda or what people would hope for to be on the agenda. So we're gonna get into this. When you hear A is for agenda, that means that the item will be on the agenda. AP is for agenda pending, that means we want it on the agenda, but we're looking for additional information before it gets there. C is for called for. Called for just means that there may be something missing. We need additional information. So it will go to the next meeting and hopefully we'll get the information by then. I is for information. Information just means that we need to be aware of it. And H is for held. That means it's gonna it'll be held and it will not come before the council again. And if it does, it will not be in the same form. So with that being said, we're gonna go right into legislation and public works. Gleason?
Thank you, Council President. Item number 1, Management Services, Department of Management Services, an ordinance authorizing the procurement manager to attend the 2026 Exchange Conference sponsored by the National Association of State Procurement Officials. That is on the agenda, and it is no cost to the taxpayer. Item number 2, Mayor's Office, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to attend the new Conference of Mayors, NICOM 2026, Winter Legislative Winter Meeting, February 1st through February 3rd on the agenda. Item number 3, Office of the Mayor, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to attend the United States Conference of Mayors, 94th Winter Meeting in Washington, D.C., January 28th through January 30th. That's on the agenda. Item number 4, Public Works, Department of Public Works, an ordinance authorizing a budget transfer for the renewal of iWork Sewer Management and Fleet Enterprise Software. That is on the agenda. Item number 5, an ordinance adopting the fiscal year 2026 operating budget of the Board of Water Supply of the City of Mount Vernon. That is on the agenda. Item number 6, Board of Water Supply, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a software as a service agreement with Tyler Technologies for the implementation of an enterprise resource planning system. One thing, I do have an add-on. I believe it's on here. Or would that be add-on on the
Yeah,
agenda?
you have two add-ons. It's
We
there.
have two add-ons.
Yes.
Okay, item number 28, Department of Public Works, an ordinance granting 1-year leave of absence to Lamont Radcliffe, motor equipment operator, sanitation, Department of Public Works. That is on the agenda. And that is just so the rest of the council that came up today, Mr. Radcliffe is being elevated to foreman, so it's necessary for him to take a leave of absence to move into that position. Item number 29, City Clerk, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Mount Vernon appointing Avery Ransom to the City of Mount Vernon Board of Ethics from January 14th, 2026 to January 13th, 2028. But I would like to go back to item number 6. I did have an expansive conversation with our Director of Technology Services, I guess, Director Perez. And this was a recommendation made by the auditors to switch over to this software so that it could be it's a cohesive, Tyler is cohesive throughout the city. And it actually, after speaking to the comptroller, it will give us more insight into more of a daily insight into what is going on with the water department and their budget and stuff like that. So it'll be easier for us to have that one system for the whole city. And it's less than the, basically the old system kind of ran its path. And that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Human Resources, Turnquest Jones.
Number 7, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the new state of Children and Family Services for the funding of the Youth Bureau's Empower MED program set to commence in February of 2026. That is on the agenda. Youth Bureau, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to retroactively enter into an agreement with the Westchester County Youth Bureau to accept funds for the GEM program and to provide required city matching funds from January 1st to 2026 and ending December 31st, 2028. That is on the agenda. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the new state Office of Children and Family Services through the Westchester County Bureau and authorizing the acceptance of funds for the Youth Department Program, YDP, October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2026. That is on the agenda. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into agreement with the Westchester Youth Bureau for the acceptance of grant funds in the amount of $25,000 for the Moving in Motion MIM program from October 1st to 2025 through September 30th, 2026. Number 11, Youth Bureau, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to approve travel and conference participation for youth and staff of the Mount Vernon Youth Bureau to attend the annual Youth Leadership Forum from February 2nd through the 3rd, 2026 in Troy, New York. Please note that that monies come from the grant that is provided for that. Number 12, Youth Bureau. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Barrington Irving Technology Training School, BITTS, for the Spring Aviation Program under the Youth Employment Program, YEP. That is on the agenda. Number 13, Youth Bureau. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Organizational Capacity Building, OCB, to provide professional development services for the WDAY staff in support of the Youth Employment Program. That is on the agenda. Number 14, Youth Bureau. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Toss and Press, S Corp, to provide a youth food hospitality program through the Youth Bureau in support of the Youth Employment Program. scheduled to commence in February 2026 and conclude in May 2026. That is on the agenda. Number 15, Youth Bureau. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Flying Classroom, parent company of Barrington Irving Technology Training School, BITTS, to provide a drone and aviation STEM program for middle school youth funded through Project Rise program over a 6 to 8 week period. That is on the agenda. And number 16, Youth Bureau. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Flying Classroom, parent company of Barrington Irving Technology Training School, BITTS, to provide a drone FAA training program for high school youth funded through the Project Rise grant. That is on the agenda. And I would like to thank the Commissioner of the Youth Bureau for rocking the house and making sure that the children of Mount Vernon are exposed to many different things, from being at the White Plains Airport and learning about aviation, especially the other career of hospitality, making sure that our girls here know how important it is for them to be a gem. She did a lot of work to make sure that it is spread out and that her grant search is on point. Thank you.
Thank you. Public Safety and Codes, Wallace.
Yes, thank you, Council President. I have Consumer Protection, that's for information, Consumer Protection Monthly Report for December 2025. That is information. OEM, Office of Emergency Management Act, Management, an ordinance authorizing a trainer of appropriate funds within the fiscal year 2026 to adopt budget to support the auxiliary police unit. That is on the agenda. Fire Department, an ordinance authorizing the transfer of funds within the 2025 Fire Department budget. That's on the agenda. Public Safety, an ordinance authorizing training for 2 members of the service to attend a command and leadership seminar, April 27th, 2026 through May 1st, 2026, and that is on the agenda, and concludes my report.
Thank you so much.
Mr. President,
Yes.
were your questions answered regarding the budgetary things for the fire department?
Yes, it was. Exactly. I went to the controller's office to ask if there was money there. They said that they would work it out. I said, as per them, so as per the controller's office, they are saying, go ahead and move the money. So I'm
Okay.
moving it as per the controller.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Finance and Planning, Box Hill.
That's me. Number 21, Department of Assessment. An ordinance authorizing a refund for overpayment of the 2025 county tax bill for property located at 255 Summit Avenue. That's on the agenda. 22, Department of Planning. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept grant funds from the Mount Vernon Urban Renewal Agency in the total of $324,630 for the period January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2028. And authorizing related expenditures for the position of Budget Specialist 3. That's on the agenda. 23, Department of Planning, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept grants from the Mount Vernon Urban Renewal Agency in the total amount of $233,193 for a 3-year period and to continue funding grant funded Budget Specialist 1 position. That's on the agenda. 24, from Planning, an ordinance amending ordinance number 12 adopted by the City Council on November 21st, 2023, entitled, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept grants from cities and and execute a technical assistance service agreement for the establishment of the Mount Vernon Financial Empowerment Center. That is on the agenda. 25, Department of Planning. An ordinance amending ordinance number 8 adopted by City Council on January 10th, 2024, entitled Ordinance Authorizing the Mayor to Accept a Grant from the African American Mayors Association in support of the Mount Vernon Financial Empowerment Center. That is on the agenda. 26, Department of Planning, an ordinance amending ordinance number 31 adopted by City Council on August 14, 2025, entitled an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a contract, sorry, a contract amendment with the cities for financial empowerment fund to incorporate legacy planning services in the Mount Vernon Financial Empowerment Center. That's on the agenda. And 27, from the Assessor's Office, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Mount Vernon, retroactively appointing Gwen Jackson to the Board of Assessment Review for a 5-year term. That's on the agenda.
One add-on.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
We have an add-on, this is from the Controller's Office. This is from the O'Connor Davies contract. An ordinance authorizing controller to extend agreement with PFK O'Connor Davies LLP for independent auditing services for years 2021 and 2022. That is on the agenda. And
Thank
that's
you.
all I have.
Councilpersons, do you have any questions for any committees?
Yeah, I have a question for the
Please.
Corporation Counsel's Office. Greg, I don't even know if, did you happen to review the agreement before it's coming to us tonight? For PFK O'Connor Davies, even though it's an extension, does he need to review? That's okay. Did Brian leave?
Yeah, Brian stepped out. Mhm.
Okay. So is there an extension in the original agreement?
Yeah.
Councilman Box Hill, do you have any of that information? Like if,
I do not know about the
okay,
terms of the contract, but it's just an extension. So, but no, I don't know, but I can ask.
yeah. Or is it
Okay.
a new agreement? I mean, it says to extend it, but I haven't seen it, so.
Usually extension is just carrying on the agreement that they already have. But
Yeah,
The-
but
the
usually it
agreement
has it in
already
the original agreement, how many years they
we'll have
could extend it for.
I'll reach out to Corporation Counsel while we're going through the agenda. No problem. Can we get a roll call? Thank you.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Present?
Councilmember Gleason,
Here?
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Present.
Councilmember Wallace,
Yeah.
Council President Thompson.
Here,
Thank you.
Legislation and Public Works.
Thank you, Mr. President. Item number 1, Department of Management Services. Sorry, an ordinance authorizing the procurement manager to attend the 2026 Exchange Conference sponsored by the National Association of State Procurement Officials. So moved.
Second?
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
Item number 2, Office of the Mayor, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to attend the New York Conference of Mayors, NICOM 2026 Winter Legislative Winter Meeting, February 1st, 2026 through February 3rd, 2026. So moved.
Second?
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones.
Present. Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
Item number 3, Office of the Mayor, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to attend the United States Conference of Mayors, USCM 94th Winter Meeting in Washington DC, January 28th through January 30th. So moved.
Second?
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson,
Aye.
Item number 4, Department of Public Works, an ordinance authorizing a budget transfer for the renewal of iWork sewer management and fleet enterprise software. So moved.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace.
Aye.
Sorry. I'm sorry, my numbers is off. I said Wallace, sorry. Council President Thompson,
Aye.
thank you.
Item number 5, Board of Water Supply, an ordinance adopting the fiscal year 2026 operating budget of the Board of Water Supply of the City of Mount Vernon. So moved.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson,
Aye.
Item number 6, Board of Water Supply, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a software as a service agreement with Tyler Technologies for the implementation of an enterprise resource planning system. So moved.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson,
Aye.
And my add-ons. Item number 27, Department of Public Works, an ordinance granting 1-year leave of absence to Lamont Radcliffe, motor equipment operator, sanitation, Department of Public Works. So moved.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason.
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson,
Aye.
Item number 28, City Council. A resolution of the City Council of the City of Mount Vernon, New York, appointing Avery Ransom to the City of Mount Vernon Board of Ethics, January 14, 2026 to January 13, 2028. So moved.
Second.
On the question?
I just wanted to, one note, clerk, you reach out to the Board of Ethics and you let them know that we've, okay, I just wanted to make sure. Right, okay, so that's, but you will, she's not gonna just show up to a meeting, they'll know ahead of time. Okay, cool, thank you.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye. Human Resources?
Item number 7, Youth Bureau, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the New York State of Children and Family Services for the funding of the Youth Bureau's Empower MED program set to commence in February 2026. So moved.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
Item number 8, Youth Bureau, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of retroactively enter into an agreement with the Westchester Youth Bureau to accept funds for the GEM program and to provide required city matching funds January 1st through January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2028. So moved.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
Item number 9, Youth Bureau, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the New York State Office of Children and Family Services through the Westchester County Youth Bureau in authorizing the acceptance of funds for the Youth Development Program, YDP, October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2026. So moved.
Second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye. Next.
Item number 10, Youth Bureau, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Westchester County Youth Bureau for the acceptance of grant funds in the amount of $25,000 for the Moving in Motion MIM program, October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2026. So moved.
Second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
Item number 11, Youth Bureau, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to approve travel and conference participation for youth and staff of Mount Vernon Youth Bureau to attend the annual Youth Leadership Forum, February 2nd through the 3rd, 2026 in Troy, New York. So moved.
Second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
Item number 12, Youth Bureau, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with a Barrington Irving Technical Training School, BITTS, for the spring aviation program under the Youth Bureau program. So moved.
Second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
aye.
Councilmember Turnquest, sorry, Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
Item number 13, Youth Bureau, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Organizational Capacity Building, OCB, to provide professional development services for the WDAY staff in support of youth employment programs. So moved.
Second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
Item number 14, Youth Bureau. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Towson Press S Corp. to provide a youth food hospitality program through the Youth Bureau in support of the Youth Employment Program, scheduled to commence in February 2026 and conclude in May 2026. So moved.
Second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
Item number 15, Youth Bureau, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Flying Classroom, parent company of Barrington Irving Technical Training School, BITTS, to provide a drone and aviation STEM program for middle school youth funded through the Program Rise program. Through the Project Rise program over a 6 to 8 week period. So moved.
Second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
Item number 16, Youth Bureau, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Flying Classroom, parent company of Barrington Irving Technical Training School, BITTS, to provide a drone FAA training program for high school youth funded through the Project Rise grant. So moved.
Second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye. Public safety and code.
Thank you, Mr. President. Number 17, Office of Emergency Management, an ordinance authorizing the transfer of appropriated funds within the fiscal year 2026 adopted budget to support the auxiliary police. So moved.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
Fire Department, an ordinance authorizing the transfer of funds within the 2025 Fire Department budget. So moved.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
Department of Public Safety, an ordinance authorizing training for 2 members of the service to attend a command and leadership seminar, April 27, 2026 through May 1st, 2026. So moved.
Second.
On the question?
On the question, I just
Listen.
want to just remind police leadership clerk that they are to supply the city council with a report after the training. Thank you.
Roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye. Finance and planning.
All right, 17.
Mm-mm.
Office
On it.
of- Oh, sorry. My bad.
Mhm.
20. Ordinance, this is from assessment ordinance, authorizing a refund of overpayment 2025 county tax bill for property at 255 Summit Avenue. So moved. It's you, Andre.
Wallace.
Second.
On the question?
Just
Here.
that that's item number
Listen.
20.
I did.
Roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
All right, 21, Department of Planning and Community Development, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept grant funds for Mount Vernon URA in the amount of $324,630 for the period January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2028, and authorizing related expenditures for the position of Budget Specialist 3. So moved.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye. 22.
22, Department of Planning and Community Development, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept grant funds for the Mount Vernon URA in the total amount of $233,193 for a 3-year period and to continue funding grant funded Budget Specialist 1 position. So moved.
Second.
On the question? On the question, just stating that the Urban Renewal Agency does so much work for the city. And the grant funds that come in help us tremendously. We had a meeting today and they just do so much work for our city. So thank you to the URA. That's all. Roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
All right, 23, Department of Planning, an ordinance amending ordinance number 12 adopted by City Council on November 21st, 2023, entitled an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept grants from cities and to execute a technical assistance service agreement for the establishment of the Mount Vernon Financial Empowerment Center. So moved?
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
All right, 24, an ordinance amending ordinance number 8 adopted by City Council on January 10th, 2024, entitled an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept a grant from the African American Mayors Association in support of the Mount Vernon Financial Empowerment Center. So moved?
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
All right, moving on, 25, from Planning, an ordinance amending ordinance number 31 adopted by the City Council on August 14, 2025, entitled an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a contract amendment with the cities for financial empowerment fund to incorporate legacy planning services in the Mount Vernon Financial Empowerment Center. So moved.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
All right, 26, a resolution of the city, from the City Council of the City of Mount Vernon retroactively appointing Gwen Jackson to the Board of Assessment Review for a 5-year term. And I forgot, I didn't give because I had put this agenda pending, the backstory. So there has not been a person in this position the entire, since September when Ray Hollinger resigned. But the state rules, they have a really specific term, 5-year term, so it starts in September. And no, there's not going to be any retroactive pay. I think there's a stipend, like $1,600 a year. It's a small stipend, but there's not going to be retroactive. All right, so moved.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye.
I also have the add-on number 29 from the Controller's Office, an ordinance authorizing the Controller to extend the agreement with PFK O'Connor Davies LLP for independent auditing services for fiscal year 2021 and 2022. And we do have Corporation Counsel. They said they have reviewed the contract. I also spoke with the Controller in the interim time. And he also said it's the exact same contract. We're just extending the term. So moved.
On the question?
Second, yeah.
Oh, second.
On the question?
Yeah.
Wallace?
This is the same auditors that's been audited the other things. It's just continuing with the audits for the next.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else on the question? No, roll call.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye. Do we have anything else to come before the council? Gleason?
No, just one thing I just wanted to mention tonight. I wanted to thank Commissioner Rucci for being here. He has been consistent. He is our auxiliary commissioner, and I just wanted to say thank you. I know that it has not been easy, but we appreciate you being dedicated and showing up every time we have a meeting. So thank you so much.
And our next meeting, she's gonna also make dinner for you. Yes.
And
You eat lasagna, she's gonna have it for you. Anything else to come before the council,
Yeah.
Wallace?
yes, I wanted to just make sure we extend our prayers and best wishes to Mike Dedrick, who's one of the sergeants in our auxiliary force. He suffered a stroke and just had brain surgery. He is doing much better now. He's out of surgery. He's into ICU. So my wishes go out to his family and his kids, and hope for a speedy recovery. So he is in the hospital. For anybody who wants to know, it's in Montefiore Hospital in the Bronx.
So, Turnquist Jones?
I'm glad that you mentioned that. And so being that he is at Montefiore Hospital in the Bronx, we have to make sure that we look out for the patients who are from Mount Vernon and they have to go to other hospitals that are outside Mount Vernon, especially in New York City right now, because the nurses in New York City are on strike,
Mhm.
especially at the highest paid and the richest hospitals. They are on strike right now as we speak. And so I just want to make sure that we give a special recognition to our nurses, but also a watch out and look out for our residents who have to go to other hospitals, especially those that are in New York City. All right.
Gleason?
One thing I wanted to mention that, our councilwoman did not mention, our councilwoman Turnquest Jones was down there yesterday speaking to the nurses. I went today and hearing their stories. You know, obviously through the pandemic, one of the things that I thought was going to change was going to be the respect for our first responders, whether it be police, fire, doctors, nurses. And some of the stories that we heard were very disturbing. So, you know, if you're driving by the nurses and they're striking, beep, horn, you know, give them your support. But we should definitely put our first responders at the top of the list and protect them as much as we
Absolutely.
possibly could.
Anybody else? No? All right, so let's make sure we keep our people in our prayers and continue to reach out to one another. We're still in the dead of winter, so if you don't have heat in your homes, make sure you reach out to someone in City Hall so we can try to get that rectified for you. And check on your loved ones and your friends. Text messaging is fine, but call them sometimes because they can say they're okay through a text message, but you can really hear the need when you make a phone call. So reach out with a phone call, and don't always reach out when you need something from them. But just check in and say, "Hey, how you doing today?" And it goes a long way. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Roll call on adjournment.
Councilmember Box Hill,
Aye.
Councilmember Gleason,
Aye.
Councilmember Turnquest Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember Wallace,
Aye.
Council President Thompson.
Aye. The time is now 8:33 p.m.